Good morning, students. Today we are going to study the next chapter of from our supplementary reader Moments The Kingdom of Fools by A.K. Ramanujan. Let's learn about A.K. Ramanujan. Attipati Krishnaswamy Ramanujan, popularly known as A.K. Ramanujan, was an Indian poet and scholar of Indian literature who wrote both in English and Kannada. His works of scholarship include The Interior Landscape, love poems from a classical Tamil anthology. Ramanujan was a poet, scholar, professor, philosophist, translator, and a playwright. He received the awards like Padma Shri, Sahitya Akademi Award for English writers, etc. Children, in this video, you are going to learn a short introduction of the chapter as well as the detailed summary of this, The Kingdom of Fools. So let us start with the introduction of this lesson. Kannada is a regional language mainly spoken in the state of Karnataka. This story is a Kannada folk tale. Folk tale is a story which is passed on from one generation to another generation. It is taken from the book Folk Tales from India, written by A.K. Ramanujan. First of all, let us discuss the title of the story, In the Kingdom of Fools, which means the state where people are not so wise, they are not intelligent. In this story, the king, his ministers, and his advisors are fools. That means that they are not wise and intelligent. When this kind of people rule the kingdom, then what all happens has been told in this story. So children, let's start the chapter by understanding the summary of this lesson. So here, let's see In the Kingdom of Fools, the detailed summary. In the Kingdom of Fools is an interesting story of a kingdom run by a foolish king. Here, days and nights are being ordered by the king that on day the people should sleep and night should be the working schedule. Both the in the kingdom, the king and the ministers were idiots. One day, a saint and his disciple reached the kingdom. The saint was astonished to see that the people were sleeping during the day and worked during the night. He was disturbed to see that all food items in the kingdom cost the same one dudu. He analyzed that it was a kingdom of fools and ordered his disciple to leave the place. The disciple did not leave with his guru as he was lured by the abundance of cheap food. One day, a man approached the king for justice. He claimed that his brother was committing his ancient trade of theft. That and during that, the wall of the man's house fell on him and he died. He asked the king to get him compensated. As the king was foolish, he did not analyze that the dead man was a criminal. On contrary, he tried all the people who were involved in the death of the theft: the rich merchant, who was the owner of the house, whose wall had broken, the man who built the wall, the dancing girl, due to whom the builder had built a weak wall, and the goldsmith, because of whom the dancing girl had to move around in the streets that day. Finally, the king decided that the merchant's father was the real culprit, as he was dead and his son had inherited all his property, so he would also get punishment in place of his father. Another turn of events takes place when the minister feels that the merchant is too thin to be killed by the stake. The king orders his men to find a fat person who could be punished in place of the merchant. As the disciple had become very fat, the men took him to the king. The innocent man prayed to his guru for help. The guru visualizes that his disciple is in trouble and reaches to save him. He uses his intelligence and wisdom to trap the foolish king. Finally, the king and his ministers get themselves killed by the stake in place of Guru and his disciple. The people of the kingdom beg the Guru and disciples to become a new king and the minister. The Guru agreed on a condition that the kingdom would function normally like all other kingdoms. That's the end of the story. Children, I hope that you would have understood the chapter. Thank you for watching the video. Stay home, be safe.